It is one of the most beautiful compensations of life that no man can sincerely try to help another without helping himself. If there's one word that makes our ears hurt, it has to be selfishness. Yes, we're more than happy to blame other people for being selfish brats, but when it comes to us, oh boy, there is nobody as selfless as we are. Well, guess what? I got news for you. Everybody in this whole world is selfish, including you. And in today's rant, we will explore why every action that we undertake, from reproduction to philanthropy, from love to seeking spiritual enlightenment, is for me, and me. On second thought, maybe giving birth is an exception to this rule. After all, we spend the first 2 years of a child's life teaching them to walk and talk, and the next 16 years telling them to sit down and shut up. What a nightmare. So here's an analogy to illustrate this. Let's say you're walking down the street and bam, there's a bunch of wannabe gangsters pointing AK-47s at a mother and her children. In a split second, you, being the utilitarian, selfless human being that you are, decide to intervene, and bam, you get shot right between your eyes. The onlookers will probably be admiring what a selfless, altruistic hero you are for giving up your life to save someone else's. But since some of us are a bunch of cynics who are free of all prejudice because we hate everyone equally, we can't help but try and dig a little bit deeper to find out if there were any underlying hidden motives. It could be that your childhood fantasy has always been to be Captain America, and this is as close as you'll ever get to fulfilling your fantasy. On the flip side, it could be that you're neck deep in debt and life is meaningless, so why not do something useful for once in your life? After all, it's hard to make a comeback in life when you haven't been anywhere in the first place. Or, if you're a softie, you wouldn't be able to live with yourself if you allowed the lady's guts to spill all over your t-shirt in front of her kids without doing anything about it. The survivor's guilt would be too much to bear. And there could be a million other reasons as to why you did what you did, all centered around the self. And this brings us to the concept of psychological egoism. This is the view that humans are always motivated by self-interest and selfishness, even in what seem to be acts of altruism. It claims that when people choose to help others, they do so ultimately because of the personal benefits that they themselves expect to obtain, either directly or indirectly from doing so. The scientist who seeks to advance the frontiers of his discipline, the philanthropist who seeks to bring comfort to the needy, and the missionary who seeks to convert infidels to believers are all pursuing their own interests, their own values, and their own goals. Even when we love, and I mean true, unadulterated, no-strings-attached love, it's still for me. Why? We love the feeling of loving. It makes us feel godly. It allows us to transcend into a different realm. Heck, neuroscience tells us that romantic love hits our brain like smoking crack cocaine does, which explains why love creates as many problems as it solves, just like cocaine. This can be seen in other aspects of life too. We seek spiritual enlightenment so that we can find peace or get rid of the restlessness we feel. We worship God so that we can go to heaven or save ourselves from the fires of hell, or be reincarnated as a king instead of a cockroach. Talking about cockroaches, all of us are brave macho men until a cockroach starts flying around. In fact, one of the most annoying things on YouTube is how everyone begs the audience to please subscribe. Here's the truth though. Ain't nobody gonna subscribe unless the channel is adding value in one way or another. So if we're adding value to your life, then hit the subscribe button and smash the like button while you're at it. Now, here's the bottom line. Psychological egoism is great. You know why? Well, if we want to be generous in life, if we want to contribute to the world, then we have to think about ourselves first. Because how can we possibly contribute to this world if we haven't invested in ourselves? I mean, if we're just a dud, then all we can share with others is our dudliness, right? The only way we can truly help the world around us is if we actualize our own inner potential by breaking through all the limits we've set for ourselves. Imagine a world where everyone is comfortable and accepting of the fact that all of our actions are in our own self-interest, or at least in our definition of self-interest. Imagine a world where actions are motivated by enlightened self-interest, which is the notion that what a person does to enhance another's quality of life enhances one's own quality of life to a similar degree. It's about time we realize that selfishness and selflessness are two sides of the same coin. Who knows? This might just make the world a better place to live in. There is no self-interest completely unrelated to others' interests. Due to the fundamental interconnectedness which lies at the heart of reality, your interest is also my interest. From this, it becomes clear that my interest and your interest are intimately connected. In a deep sense, they converge. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you guys think of psychological egoism? Would you describe yourself as selfish or selfless? It's always been a controversial topic, and we would love to hear the other side of the argument. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, smash the like button and subscribe so that you never miss out on the People's Rant.